waiting, cooking my newest baked potato in my oven. I'm having one of these. That's the ingredients, nutrition facts or whatever. Ginger ale, not alcoholic. Not alcoholic ginger ale. So I just thought I'd stay here until I have to turn over my potato onto the other side and cook it for like another 35 minutes. It's not exactly the way I would do it, although I'm cooking 2 potatoes and the other one is smaller, so I'm trying to figure out the time. I'm journaling. Not actually journaling, it's more or less just like I was trained to do when I was younger. Itemize all my foods and beverages, not because I'm an ED, it's just to stop me from having an ED. It's really weird. So today, since I finished some sweet chili these, I think they were sweet chili flavored. Oh, there's something in my hair. I had 2 pita bread crackers with some guacamole and a few pieces, bite-sized pieces of watermelon. And then I ate my stovetop cooked soup. And then I went serving a salad. And now I'm having my ginger ale. Lots of fun cooking. Can be. I'm the lazy cook. I don't cook extravagant, fancy. I don't do power bowls very. I gave it a try a while ago. It's not as creative as many others. I'd have to follow a recipe nowadays, and I don't. And my sandwiches are not as creative. I don't make deli, just the basic, like a BLT sort of, or a cheese. I don't even eat eggs now. It's really weird since I was discharged from the hospital, physically ill, diagnosed influenza type A virus. Positive. Comment area, chat area is open. Do you want to say hello or ask a question, talk about baked potatoes? Chat away. Leave me a comment. Oh, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Hi, how are you? I'm okay, thank you. Still having some symptoms, influenza type A virus. I can't seem to get rid of. But I'm coughing lots less. I'm not vomiting. I ate a good lunch today, like I mentioned earlier, and I went and had a bit of a nap because it was a lot of food, and I didn't want to upcheck in case the symptoms came back, nausea. I was okay. I eat smaller portions nowadays than I eat a big, like, most people don't eat just a big potato. Most people would eat it with, a meat, a protein, and a vegetable. That's what I used to do too sometimes until I got really ill. And then now I just, I try to eat a little bit of breakfast. One or two of those crackers, guacamole, cheese, with and or without fruit, before I get into my soup lunch. Because when I'm home, most often, and or when I'm out, I love to have, I really do, I love having just a bowl of soup. It's really weird. And then later on, do I have time, I like to have a salad. And whatever I eat at night. Tomorrow I'm going to try and have, my first time since I've been sick, a cup of rice, a whole cup of rice, and a whole cup of peas. Rice cooked in my microwave for a minute, and stovetop pot, 1 cup of cooked peas. Not any protein because I'm not eating anything tomorrow this meat, not even bacon. Although I have been craving it, but I can't have bacon. I could, I suppose, but I cannot have bacon every day. It doesn't suit me. Not nowadays. But yeah, so today you can see my videos, vlogs, and on my community posts exactly what it looked like. And my newest What I Eat in a Day video that I'll upload tonight sometime or other. You'll see my potato. I'm so excited. It's big, so I have to give it maybe 5 extra minutes in the oven. Maybe 10. 25, 50 plus 5 is 55. So I'll probably definitely give it 5 or 10 extra minutes when I'm finished cooking. And my iron ferritin levels were high, abnormally high, too high. And as I don't eat lots of vegetables, I like to end my day with rice and or potato. And I love baked potatoes. Oh, they're so good. When I have the time to do one, instead of all that microwave stuff, I mean, that's okay. I prefer a crispy baked potato. Nice and fluffy on the inside. Especially since it's the only food I'm going to be at. And I love it with extra virgin olive oil and some sea salt. Some recipes call for black pepper. I don't put black pepper on mine anymore, especially since I've had this influenza type A thing. I just bland. Oh no. Hey, beautiful. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Could be worse. There was a couple of days, more than 2 days, I wasn't eating anything. And the weight just came right off me. I lost 10 pounds. And then I started to lose 5 more pounds. But I've been sort of maintaining with the way I've been eating. I don't recommend it for everyone. Please go to your doctor. Do not do the same as me. Foods, beverages, and condiments. Although it's helped me, and prescribed medicines have helped me. And I believe in, religion helps me too. It gets me through, a bit of everything. I know in the past I've overindulged in potatoes. I used to eat them by mouthfuls. Nowadays I don't do that. I'm a vegetarian usually. I don't eat lots of meat, and when I do, it has to matter. And before I was eating lots of chicken and eggs, turkeys. I don't do that anymore. Now I'm into maybe 2 or 4 slices. There's 2 or 4 slices of cooked, crispy bacon every week. That seems to be helping me. I know what it is. And funny enough, I've been craving ham too. It's really, and earlier today I've been craving the tea, but I haven't dared do it because I don't want to get myself sick. I don't know if it's the water here. I've been using lots of um, bottled water as of recently. I find that's helpful when I'm cooking, when I'm drinking. The tap water here is not that good, especially at my sink kitchen. Not that good. I don't know why, but it just doesn't taste good anymore. And then I've got my bruised right leg. I continue not knowing how I did that. It's really weird. I know I didn't do it to myself. I didn't hit myself. I didn't punch myself. I didn't do any of that. I don't know what happened. I've been busy. I don't know if it happened when I was in the hospital or later since. I don't know. Or even if it happened before. I don't know. And it's in a location. I was like, my leg is sore. But I never really paid attention. I did go to the hospital because I don't want to spend hours in the ER waiting to go home getting told it's simply a bruise. When I was in the hospital, ER February 23 and 24, they gave me injections in my stomach, preventative, so I don't, preventative that I don't get blood clots. And I said to the staff, oh wow, I'm good. Do you remember when in the old days, years ago, those, we used to, if you got rabies, you used to get injections in your stomach. So while I was coughing up, trying not to throw up more, not to vomit more, not to pass out more, staff there came with a needle. I'm here with your rabies shot. It was so cute. No complaints about that whatsoever. Actually, the only complaint I really have is one alleged doctor came at me. I'm not being a racist, bigot, prejudiced, prejudging, discriminatory. I'm not discriminating by any means. But he had BO. It was gross. It was really gross. And I was already not feeling well. It was really gross. I mean, I'm not the best and I'm not the worst when it comes to personal hygiene, although it was really gross. I to this day remember getting told you're going home. Well, 2 reasons why they were going to keep me in overnight, maybe try and find me that room that they alleged they were going to give me, because I know if I started moving around lots, there was a chance I was going to have to check. I wasn't eating very much food. I didn't feel well. And my mom wasn't calling me. My other phone I left it somewhere at home. And so she was phoning that phone and I didn't have it with me. So eventually we connected and I found out my mom had a fall. And I phoned my mom an ambulance from my hospital bed. The paramedics got my mom and took my mom to the same hospital. Eventually we met up because I wasn't feeling well. The staff, I did do some walking around because I like to do my walk fit, right? So I was just wandering around. I'm like, I can hear her, but I can't find her. And then the staff said she's here, and I said when I could get taken to see her in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk very. I was starting to get that whoosh again, that flu whoosh, and influenza type A whoosh. Staff came, put me in a wheelchair, wheeled me over. It was so cute. It was really just so cute. I have yet gone out for a walk since one day went to the doctor's office and there was a cute little pizza place around the corner. Well, I like my pizza. So I went and got my pizza and then even though I was hungry, the nausea kept coming back, the nausea. And with the medicine I was taking, given, doctor, it made me more nauseated. And I just, oh, it was awful. It was just awful. I had both tests, COVID and influenza, and I tested positive only for influenza. But I have lost a lot of my appetite. I mean, I'd love to drink a tea and a coffee. I'm just worried I'll start to upchuck again. I'd have to use bottled water, and I just, oh, it's empty. Yeah, I don't understand why, but I even want a black tea or a black coffee. I don't want anything like that. I'm just drinking the size of soft drinks now, pop, soda, ginger ale, and or Pepsi Zero, or water. Or, I'm going to have more water later. But, oh, and with my pizza I mentioned, I had some apple juice. I didn't even have anything, Not a coffee, not a tea. It was really weird. And my weight fluctuates now between 129 and 132 pounds, depending on what I eat. And I was 145, and before that was 152, and I was even more than that. Mostly all of it was muscle, except around my midriff. At least I don't have to buy new clothes. I had already lost some weight, so I was wearing women's clothes sizes medium, except when it's winter coats and stuff. Then I wear large or extra large. So I had already, uh, so I'm wearing mediums. This pajamas, loungewear, sizes medium, women's. This, oh, I don't know if it's medium or one size fits all. And I didn't weigh myself this morning because I don't want to get into that weighing every day. I was just worried about losing too much weight. Tomorrow I'll weigh myself and I'll do an update and let y'all know how much I weigh. But I do. I like my soups and salads or soup and a sandwich. It's good. And then maybe having rice or a potato at dinner time. If it's a potato, I don't like to have a vegetable with, but if it's rice, I want to have a vegetable with. Today I like my salad. It was a bit different to the homemade kind. I mean, that was out of a container. I'm just, you know, some iceberg lettuce and one radish raw. That's it. Maybe a condiment. That's it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I do have some lemon tea. I was gonna sit and sip that, but I didn't. And as you know, Sundays, any of you who followed me online, I like to have mushroom soup. I love mushrooms on Sundays. I don't know why, whether it's at the afternoon mushroom soup or in the evening, one serving of mushroom soup, be it in a container like this, or a mug with a handle, or in a bowl. I just like it. It's good. My mom likes it too, but she likes to have it anytime. Am I going to have soup on a Sunday? I prefer mushroom soup. It just makes me happy. Now, was I going to church in person? Were I? I'd probably not have mushroom soup. I'd probably just stop off. What I used to do was I'd go to a cafe, a coffee place, get myself a tea or coffee and have a bit of a donut, Timbit or something, or even a bagel on my way to church or on my way home. I don't do that anymore. And sometimes they would invite me to the other room for tea, whatever, social. I haven't attended church in I did it online a while. That was when my cat was living alive here with us. I tried to attend before. I just haven't built myself up to it. I do research and read stuff, and you know, November, December, January. It was an awful 3 months, Awful. Just awful. Hey, life goes on for the living, doesn't it? Oh, and then that psychiatrist. We're at the alleged walk-in clinic where I used to go for psychiatry. I don't like psychiatry in the city. I think it's awful. They don't want to sit and listen and talk. They just want to medicate. And sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. Because I said to my doctor, my brain was wired to take medication. I didn't want to, and I thought, I was like, oh, maybe I need a little bit because of what's going on with my social media and my cat. And then, since I was discharged from the hospital, I got a phone call that the doctor had a medical emergency, and they didn't know if and or when he was returning to the clinic for future psychiatry. So they canceled my appointment. So I was, you know what, I'm not coming back. We're going somewhere else anyways, and you can tell my mom's doctor, because my mom was with me, that we're not coming back. And that he was fired. I mean, that's not good to medicate somebody and then just up and leave. I don't care if it's a medical emergency or whatever. I was like, no, you don't do that to me, especially since you've been on my social media, allegedly and or factually. You don't do that to somebody. You don't put their brain through medication like that and then don't return. So I was like, goodbye. And all my healthcare workers since the psychiatry before January 2025, not any of them wanted to do psychiatry like that, and prescription and or prescribed and or prescribed and or prescription, anything that was Ritalin, antipsychotics, risperidone, antidepressants, none of it. They were like, no, you don't need it. You have the flu, you have influenza type A virus, you have other symptoms, other behavior. There was nothing wrong with me like that. I mean, so what? If I get a negative comment later on my social media, oh, I didn't age well, or whacked. I mean, I'll report it to the social media. No offense intended, but you diss me online, I'll report you. And if you are one of the stalkers from before, and you use your real name, I'll report you to the social media, and I'll try and reset my privacy settings once more, and I'll go to the police. I'll report you. And are you in my neighborhood and we see you, we hear you, I'll report you to the police. I do. It's not my fault the police didn't arrest and jail. It's not my fault. We showed and told police everything. Everything. And it's not our faults. It's not our faults that the security guards didn't show and told all truths, such as on security's cameras, on images live, real time, and recorded. We were not guilty. We are not guilty. And whoever accused and alleged that we came home and or were home all day, and that my mom and I were arguing or whatever, and that the dead body downstairs, like outside on the pavement, was my mom, that I killed my mom, and or my mom committed suicide, that complainant, that accuser, should, can, could, must, need, arrested and jailed with and or without paroles and or probations, new, slander and defamation. I can't, to this day, find out who that person actually is, because that person, staff, alleged condominium should have been fired, at least. And yeah, and anybody else. I mean, was it my mom's alleged brother, Norman Thompson, actual? I mean, was it someone from the active out center in Mississauga? Was it somebody from PSCC 850 or whatever? It's liars. I mean, how they couldn't identify the body, they alleged. And I didn't deserve what they did. Neither did my mom and cat. We didn't deserve any of that ill treatment from alleged police and alleged coroner. I've never killed my parents. My dad died of heart or something in 1984. That wasn't me. And Jean Roger and Janice Payton, who are they really? She did it the whole time. They used her name as a registered nurse, and all the lies and abuse she put herself through, all the lies and abuse to and about her parents, and her parents' parents, and my parents, and my parents' parents, and all pets, all fur babies, and me. A sane, incompetent, and employable and educated other person does not do that. And some other people, all bad, all wrong, not legal, not lawful, not employable, with and or without sane and competent, believed that. And on November 12, 2024, it was awful. Awful. My health deteriorated somewhat, and my cat health deteriorated lots, and my mom was too afraid to be home alone. And then, after all that, just when everything started to settle, some other people next door, 1909, Gupta, Gupta, started sending mail here, opened up banking, Gupta, the first name started with a D, sent it to this address instead of to next door, and used this address, my address, our address, B-E, Bellis, whatever, instead of using their own address, Gupta, next door, 1909. That is so wrong. And I don't want to have to pay back whatever it is they've done. Whatever it is, I Googled the name. They're not legal. They're not lawful. They're bad other people. And I'm not being a racist, bigot, prejudiced, prejudging. I'm not discriminating or anything. They're just bad. They're all wrong. They were at my front door a long time ago. And they should never, they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not physically hurt us at any given time. They should not, could not, cannot, may not, must not, and need not had a key, front door, and all elsewhere, including mailbox. It's none of their business. They're bad. The police have, as far as I know, they haven't arrested them, which is really weird because there's evidence all over the place, everywhere, as I've mentioned, and on securities cameras, on images live, real time, and recorded. Same where we lived before. It wasn't us that did it. Other people were too on from and by my front door. Our front door. My cat he didn't like it, Nobody liked it. Even my cactus is really stressed out. And I'm just, I fed my cactus today, and I'm just hopeful that everything gets stronger and hopefully get some buds. I mean, I'm sure it's the same stalkers next door that were the stalkers before when we lived elsewhere, online, etc. They don't know how to stop. They're obviously mentally ill and or mentally challenged. They are internet trolling. They don't know what community post means. They don't know what blogging means. They don't know what social media means. They don't know what the word no means. They don't know what the word stop meant. They don't understand. They don't understand that we don't want to hear them when we're home. I mean, this is public, yes, live streaming. Are they on it? They should have been arrested for it a long time ago. They should have been charged. The police should be at their door by the end of tonight, reading them their rights and have them incarcerated, police station and or prison, and never and do research because they're bad people. They're bad other people. We didn't do anything. We have yet to do a crime and anything not legal and not lawful. They did it. I mean, my mom can't. My mom couldn't even come home during. My mom couldn't leave and couldn't come home. My mom trans help rides without those other people I mentioned next door, outside lobby outside harassing us, stalking us, on and off social media and all elsewhere. I mean, who is the police chief of Mississauga? Seriously, why doesn't he and or she do their job? Duties, job titles, job descriptions, and arrest those other people and stop harassing us and lying about us. You know? Mississauga Senior Citizen Center and Square One Shopping Center and Square One Older Adult Center and Central Parkway Mall and Active Adult Center in Mississauga. Everywhere. I remember when my cat was alive and I was trying to teach him to be a tough nut, you know? I'm like, see that prison show, Rudy Noel? And you look at it going, that's where we're not going. But you see those other people next door? Look, there's one. Looks exactly the same. Sounds exactly the same. I don't know if it was AMX or wherever. How did they get out? How did they end up in my neighborhood? I don't know. Just checking on my potato. Looking good. And deliveries, etc. Every time we would go to our front door, those other people I mentioned next door, they must have excellent hearing. They would move away very quickly sometimes. And when we're in our kitchen, when I'm in my kitchen, they don't like it. They think we're invading their privacy. It's a kitchen. We're allowed to be in there. I'm allowed to cook, clean, and bake. And so are my staff. And so, and my mom's staff. We're allowed to do that, Not those other people. They're not allowed to go on in, out from, and by my front door like that. And when we're having a private conversation, whether we're talking on the phone to somebody or talking to each other, it's none of their business. Yet they try to make it all about them. And it's nothing to do with them. They just want to be the center of our attention, and we don't want it. We don't want the banking Toronto Dominion with their first and surname here. It should have been sent to next door, and they should have used there to open a bank account and do their banking. They don't live here. They do not live here. I'm sure it's the same people that were harassing me, bullying us, stalking us, internet trolling us, even where we lived before 2023 and so elsewhere. It's been them the whole time, yet they don't go to jail. I mean, this is Canada, for crying out loud. North America. Canada. Because we don't want them, it isn't because that we're racist, bigots, prejudiced, discriminating. It's only because they're bad, they're wrong, they're guilty. They're not legal, they're not lawful. Potato, I gotta go. Wish me luck. Have a nice day. Be kind to all, everywhere, everyone.